Good morning. Welcome back to another specialized flight sim stream. We are back in the Gullwing Logistics BAe146. It's early morning in Albuquerque. We just flew in from Denver last night. Overnight, the plane was loaded up, so we'll just have to get on board, get power to it, and get flying. It's continuing the series in the new old 146. This is an old slant alpha airplane, no GPS, so we're doing a lot of fun mountain flying. Start off with some easier routes. We're doing Denver to Albuquerque last night, and then we're going to do Tucson today. But really want to see the Southwest scenery and flying some interesting airports before we start heading up into the more challenging stuff, and then head up into Alaska. I'm really liking this plane, although I'm having some problems with it. If you saw the last video, we ran into an issue where basically the HSI started reading significantly off, and it wasn't a slave or a DG drift or anything like that. It was the heading selector seems to just want to read 15 degrees to the right of wherever you're pointing, so the autopilot wouldn't even fly the heading bug; it'd fly 15 degrees to the right of the heading bug, and then the first officer and pilots HSIs would not agree. I think I saw online that it's something maybe to do with the Universal FMC, which I don't have installed, and it was working fine, and it just randomly halfway through the flight started happening. So if that does, we'll do what we did yesterday and basically just fly it by the compass and hope everything works out. It's always a good thing to say. So let's get aboard today. We have external power is hooked up to the airplane, but the airplane is actually not powered yet. So coming on board. Coming to the cockpit, let's get our flashlight on. So we'll do our safety checks. So all the power is off, brake fans are off, lift spoilers are off, all our hydraulics are off. Fuel tanks, all fuel pumps should be off. Right outer should be off. Batteries are off. Bus ties are open, diverters armed, all generators are off. Engine ignition is off, anti-ice is off, ice protection is off. On here, lights are off. Packs are off, APU air, engine bleeds are off, landing lights are off. Gear lever is down, speed brake is up, flaps are stowed, throttles are at fuel cutoff, disconnects are in. We have our fire extinguisher, we have flight manuals, flashlight, smoke goggles are installed. We have all our gear pins. I'll check circuit breakers. Everything looks to be in. Check the emergency lights. As come on. See it starting to illuminate. Put those back to arm. And let's get batteries on. So battery voltage looks good. Battery 2 looks good. And we'll get electrical power from external AC. So switch that and make sure quality is okay, and then we'll turn external AC on. You can see standby gen goes off. Coming back now that we have power. Master switches can come on. Anti-skid come on, and lift spoilers can come on. Coming back to our electrical panel. So our bus ties come on. Standby gen goes to arm, and standby inverter goes to arm. And check standby inverter, so we're getting 2 voltage. Standby gen is nothing because we have DC power supplied, and we have no hydraulics. So standby gen is powered off the green hydraulic system. I think I got that right. Green hydraulics. So no hydraulics, so we're not seeing voltage there, which is correct. Alright, generators 1 and 4 those are in the off reset position. We'll turn the APU gen, we'll turn that to offline. Fire handles, so we'll check that all 4 fire handles are in, and we'll do our fire warning test. This is the first flight of the day. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we have associated master cautions and warnings. And also do APU, do our APU overspeed, get a fault, and then engine APU extinguishing. We got the white lights, and then the one next to our APU extension used. And last, smoke detector. And we got smoke on the master warning panel. Okay, we'll leave the APU off for time being. No need to burn fuel while we're here. It's not too hot out yet. Sun's still dark. So continue on with the flight deck preparation. So the brakes, parking brake is on. We don't have brake pressure. So what we got to do now we have power is we hit our DC pump. And that's going to charge our yellow brake system, and we'll get that up to 3,000. Brakes are on now. I won't do it just yet, but pull the chocks from the airplane. Gear indicator, we're showing 3 greens. Actually, no power. Let's get some lights on. To use this light. Then we got our storm lights. There we go. All right, turn this flashlight off. Do we have night textures in this or not? Not great. This isn't needed that bright. So, alright, master warning system. Check out all those overhead annunciators. Test. Sure all the lights are actually working. And we'll go back to our ground tests. So do zone loops A and B. Let's see our ice. Let's see our air supply panel. We get zone loop A, B, and then if we were to hit both, we get more warnings. We can't hit both at the same time. Can we? No, I don't think we can. Okay, we do a stall warning with a kick kicker. And then our stall ident, which is just showing the red lights. That'd be pneumatic driving of the yoke forward. Check both. Speed warning. Anti-skid fault, so we'll hit yellow first. Anti-skid fault. And we'll do green. And no fault, green. Rear bay high temp. Get the warning. Flap safety, good. Flap in op. And a flight control fault. yellow and green. Those cautions won't clear. And ground pressurization. I was supposed to be able to test that light, but it looks like it doesn't work in the sim. It's not modeled. Lights, get our nav lights low intensity for now. No smoking sign on. Kind of rotates can arm. Keep the entry lights on. We'll turn our loader light on since it is nighttime. Alright, air conditioning. You don't have any air in the cabin right now. Turn the flight deck fan on. Get a little bit of air circulation. DC pump has been checked. AC pump, we'll put that to auto. Pressurize the yellow system. And then PTU. See the PTU is operating. It's going to kind of fluctuate between 2,000 and 3,000. Really, the PTU should top out about 2,600 because the area ratio on the pump, or displacement ratio, only gets you to just over 2,500 when the yellow system's at 3,000. So we're going to turn PTU off, AC pump off. All our heaters are off, and our wing and tail anti-ice is off as engine anti-ice. Alright, we're going to pause there. Take a look at our flight plan. So we are going, say, 11:12. Estimated time en route 1 hour 7 minutes. So we'll be departing Albuquerque on the Largo 3. Albuquerque direct ONN. Juliet 104. And Tucson direct Tucson. So Tucson is 2,600 feet. We're departing 5,300 feet. So kind of a high altitude airport here. The BAe146 is not the best performing airplane from hot and high altitudes. The 4 engines, mainly we got it for reliability over mountainous terrain. They're obviously better performing airplanes now. This plane is pretty old. But it's also pretty fun, so that's why we're flying it. Alright, so the wind's out of the west, 44 knots, so we're going to be pretty much facing the headwind the whole time. It's not the best. We're only going 352 nautical miles and still take us over an hour. Come down to our loading. So, SimBrief wants to give us 23,889. This will only allow us to load about 20,000-ish. So we're a little light, but we got the fuel in there. So should have no issues getting up to altitude today. We got 11,770 for fuel. We need 11,140, so an extra 600 pounds to burn, which we won't burn in the taxi because we're hopefully departing right off runway 21. Check the weather. So we got winds 3006 knots, 10-mile visibility, scattered 10,000, broken 15,000. Timber 3020. Put that in here for now until we get the ATIS. Oh, we just got ATC come on. Sweet. Who came on? Oh. All center. Cool. Alright then, so that's our origin weather. Let's see destination. Right now, winds calm, 10-mile visibility. Not a cloud in the sky. And destination, yeah, it's like gonna be pretty nice. Light winds, maybe out of the west, but nothing too bad. Yeah, I would go just quick look at the NOTAMs. Albuquerque. Yeah, I got a bunch of unmanned aircraft. VOT is unusable or unserviceable. I don't think that's on our route, but we'll double check that once we look at the route. 13 to 2300, so that is not right now. Yeah, it's 0100. Okay, and SID. We're on the Largo 3. Don't see any issues with that. Okay. Alright, so our alternate is Phoenix and Tucson. Departure. Nav right 12 not maintained. Alright, so if we're looking at landing on runway 12 or 12, we're gonna have to come back and look at the NOTAMs. Because there's a lot of stuff in there. Alright, let's take a look at our route. Bring Navigraph back up. So we're over here at the air freight apron. Came in on 3 last night. Looks like the winds are favoring 3 again, so probably go depart 3. See, so we got ATIS. Let's see what ATIS says. What? Oh crap! I just hit GPU. Oops. So it's 118.0.
Albuquerque International Sun Airport ATIS information Mike 2352 Zulu. West 300 at 6. Visibility 10,000 standard. Ceiling 15,000 Brooks. 20,000. Temperature 2.2. Altimeter 3020. Simultaneous approach is in use. Arrivals expect visual approach runways 8 and runway 3. Departing runways 8 and runway 3. Notices to air missions taxiway H close.
Alright, so hotel is closed, which, where's that? It's down here. Military use only. Okay. Yeah, so we're down here. We're going to just go down Foxtrot. We'll depart 3. That's going to be a nice, simple, straight up departure. 3020 was the altimeter. We got Mike. So our departure on the Largo 3. So we got transition altitude, radar required. It's non-RNAV. Alright, departing runway 8, that's not going to apply to us. Takeoff obstacle, we got a tank. Okay, standard takeoff minimums. Assigned heading for radar vectors to follow the assigned route. Expect clearance to follow flight level 5 minutes after departure. So our route is just direct to Albuquerque, and then direct to Socorro. So that's pretty straightforward. So coming into our panel here, turn flight directors on, radio on, DME to standby. So we're going to Albuquerque's 113.2. We'll make that our active. And we're probably just going to get vectors directly to it. So course, we'll put our course in now for where it is directly towards us. So maybe just a little to the southwest, or help if I put it into the active. I don't want to change the pre-select. I just want to flip-flop in the active. There we go. But then that's also how we're going to identify our VOR. So listen to the Morse code. Sounds like ABQ to me. So we got us on about 261, 260 heading. And then our secondary, we'll put Socorro 1168. And we'll back it up here too. And that's going to be on a 172. So again, like yesterday, because the autopilot is always driving off the captain's HSI or CDI, the kind of want to always stay in split unless you need to make a change fast. So typically the way I fly it is you're always flying your nav1, which is your captain's HSI. You use VHF2 to see if you have like a crossing radial. That'll tell you your crossing radial. You can use that to get oriented and get on your turn, but before you make the turn, I'll either go into heading select or just hold pitch and roll hold, and then adjust this to the next course or next VOR, and then I can either lead the turn with the heading bug, or if it's close enough, just hit VOR loc again and let the autopilot get back on course. But you don't really switch from VHF1 to then tracking VHF2, because if you do nav2, all it does is it copies nav2 over into the captain's HSI, so then you have now you're just down to essentially one VHF radio, because VHF1 isn't really doing anything. So it'd be nice if you could switch, just select I want to track nav1 or nav2 and then have a pre-select on both. But again, this is a bare bones airplane, so we don't have that luxury. Okay, we don't have an arrival here. See, there is some precip along the route. We got San Simon, and then direct to Tucson VOR, and then we'll expect vectors into the airport. Okay, that's our route. Come back, finish doing cabin preparation. So the glare shield, checked, tested. Flight enunciators, come down here, test. Flight instruments, attitude indicator, show that. This doesn't have a cage button. BSI 0, altimeter 5300, that's correct. That matches in 1, 2, 3 spots. Engine indicators, we'll set our bugs in a minute, but they're all reading normal with the engines off. Center panel weather radar, let's pass, we'll get that test. Radios are on, trims set, yellow brake is on. Go squawk 4364. To that. The auto damper, autopilot off, brake temp test, and then on, we've got the max in there. Okay. Then we'll turn passenger oxygen on. we'll check our mast. Okay, and don't have anyone on board, but we'll test our cabin calls. Alright, that is it for the cabin preparation check. Let's go look at our performance now. So for the performance, I use the tables that are provided in the FCOM. So we're going to be anti-ice off, so that's figure 1. And our airport elevation is 5,300, so we come over 5,300 on the table, and I had a copy of it to show. But come over 5,300, so we'll round to 6 because there's not much difference between them, not worth interpolating. And our OAT right now is 20 degrees C. So that gives us an N1 ref of 92.8. So from that altitude at a maximum flex temp of 55 degrees, that'd be 87.7. So that's a 35-degree swing. So our delta C, or delta T in degrees C, is 35 degrees, which we subtract 5.6 from our N1 ref. So N1 ref 92.8. That's 87.2 is our new N1 ref. So we're going to come in, we're going to power on the thrust modulation system. We're going to let it go through its self-test. N1 ref 92.8. N1 flex is minus 5.6, which is 87.2. Okay, test is complete, so we're going to take off. So I'm going to roll this up to 55. So 87.9 is as low as it will let me go. So we're gonna keep that there. It's supposed to be within 0.2%, but these charts don't generally account for everything. So we're gonna just run with that. On climb out, once we hit 800 feet, we'll go to climb thrust, which is just going to be, we're going to target 840C on the TMS. Typically, that's because we're flexing so high. That's actually going to be an increase in thrust, and then we'll take that up for 3,000 feet AGL, so that'll get us to 8,500 or 8,300 feet. Then we'll accelerate and retract the flaps. So that's an NADP1 departure. And it'll be flaps 18. So we got our bugs set. So 87.9. They're set. Flaps 18, 123 VR, 131 V2. Yeah, so that's set. So we're going to be climbing out at V2 plus 10. So we'll be about 142. And then our flap clean speed will be 174, and then our en route climb will be 184. It's 82,000 pounds, which matches our gross weight. We're departing runway 3. Our taxi route has been discussed. We'll be down Foxtrot. Thrust settings and flaps, again, just went over that. And V-speeds, departure SIDS restrictions. So top altitude, 10,000 feet. And we'll arm the alt cell. And we're going to be on 132.8 for everything. We'll tune them up. Anti-ice is going to be off. The abort procedure It's a 10,000-foot runway, so we have plenty of runway to stop, although we do have a crossing runway on a 30. So if we call abort below 80 knots for any master caution or warning, we will stop, exit the runway if able, and deal with the problem off the runway. If we have a fire, control failure, fear that the aircraft won't fly, engine failure, or wind shear above 80 knots, below V1, call stop, throttles to idle, maximum braking, deploy the lift spoilers and speed brake, and then exit the runway if able. We're not going to stop if we're crossing that 3012, so we'll either try and roll past it or stop short, so that we don't inadvertently stop on an active runway. We lose an engine on departure. Coming out 30, MSA is 11.9 because we do have this mountain over to the southwest, so we got to make a turn before we get to this mountain. We don't want to be up in this area, so we'll probably make our turn to the left, which would have been our normal turn anyway, and then we'll get vectors back to the airport. Threats. No threats at this time. We're not taxiing through any hotspots. The departure does lead us over the airport, which is kind of interesting. But other than that, no known threats. Any questions? You ready to go? Alright, let's make sure the airplane's all buttoned up. Get the APU on. So for the APU, check APU air is off. Generator is offline. And we're going to start the APU. Start the left inner fuel pump too. It'll gravity, or it'll suction feed, but see that low pressure light goes out when we start the left inner fuel pump.
November A427 Golf, you released to departure, time now is 0115, clearance void if not off by 5 minutes, if
APU looks
not
good.
off within 5 minutes, advise Albuquerque Center of your intentions, frequency change approved, call me here.
Disconnect external AC, we'll get galley power on, and we'll tell the GPU and chocks to go away. Alright, let's plan out our pushback. Thank you. Alright, introductory checks are complete. Stowed, O2 is on. Flight director transponder. Alright, transponder's on. Lights and notices. Interior and exterior lights are set. Air conditioning, APU has been about a minute. We're going to say it's been about a minute, so we turn APU air on, move pack 1, and recirc, because pack 1 is what supplies flight deck. Pressurization, we're going to be going up to 30,000 feet, but we can only set 28 because that's our maximum cabin altitude.
Alright, looks like the doors and latches are closed and we're ready to connect.
Ice detector is on.
Oh, best.
Thrust modulation N1 set. Fuel flow meters are all zeroed. Fuel contents 2,500 kilos. It's good.
Available, advise ready, copy.
Fuel panel. We're going to turn all our fuel pumps on. Briefing and MSA checks complete. Brakes set to park. Navigate is set and altimeters set and checked.
Alpha Mike Airport, 7 departure, Rasta. Then as filed,
Mobile phones are off, ready for push.
10,000, squawk 1574.
Alright, beacon on. Doors and windows closed. Arm the doors.
Cabin crew, arm doors and cross-check.
Hydraulics are all off. Beacons on, packs APU. Turn the pack off and APU air off for now. We got a little bit of air, but you start the
Echo
engines.
Foxtrot Yankee 27, your readback is correct. Advise when you're ready to correction, advise when you're
Turn the anti-ice
ready
on.
to taxi.
Prevents engine surge during startup. Fuel pumps are on. Start panel. So we're going to turn start power is norm. We're going to be on, see, it's even day, so we're going to be on ground ignition to B. And we'll turn our start master on.
November 8427 Golf, Albuquerque, your rate of contact, maintain 111000.
Alright. All set. Use the brake. Alright, let's go start number one. We're just going 1, 2, 3, 4 today. We got a short taxi, so we're going to get them all started. So engine just 1, start. We have ignition B, starter operating. Look up, we see N2 rising and at 10%. Fuel on, and I gotta start our flight on New Sky. Thank you for the reminder. Okay, we got light off.
Southwest 3843, contact LA Center 126.52.
Alright, looks like we got a good start on 1. Start 2. And 2, 10%. Checking. Low temperature and pressure. So temperature is going to be coming up slowly. Pressure is in the green. Hey, good start in 2. Start in 3. So the B it's an electric start. It's not a pneumatic start like on a lot of like your 737s, A320s. So that's why we actually turn the APU off to keep the load off the APU because it's providing the electric power for starting. You can also do a battery start
Just about done here. Go ahead and set your parking brake.
as well if you have both batteries operating.
We're disconnected, so give me just a moment.
But you can only do one engine. You got to start 1 or 4 and get the generator running,
Yeah,
and then
affirmative,
use the
the
generator to
hours
start the
are
other. Okay, and then last but not least, number 4. %, fuel's on. TTT N1 rising.
Roger, what runway are you set up for? Roger, runway 01, taxi via Alpha.
Take it easy, have a safe flight.
Alright, look for single pin, see you later. Alright, got 4 good starts. Ground equipment's driving away. Start panel, we can turn this back to off and turn the start master off. APU air can come back on. And we'll turn recirc fan off and we'll turn both packs on. Engine anti-ice is coming off. Oh, sorry, engine anti-ice. Come off. Generators, so check Gen 1, check power quality. It's good. Gen 4. Power quality. It's on. Brake fans coming to auto. And we'll turn on our heaters. Packs, and last hydraulics. So we already checked the AC pump and PTU, so now we turn on the engine pumps first. Make sure the engine pumps are working.
427 Golf.
All the low pressure lights go out, and then we turn the AC pump in
Unless you're able to maintain your
auto and
visual terrain
PTU
obstruction
on.
clearance, the MIA in your area is 9,700, and then your route of flight takes you into a 10,000 foot MIA.
Alright, 4 taxi checks complete. Let's call for taxi. We're ready to go.
Alright, 27 Golf, Roger, set to maintain 9,000.
Albuquerque Center, Gullwing 1112, information Mike. We're at the air freight apron, short of Foxtrot, ready to taxi.
What airport?
It's at Albuquerque, and we'll take runway 3 if we can have it.
Sorry about that, I was on the landline. Was that Gullwing?
Affirmative, it's Gullwing Golf Whiskey X-Ray.
Gullwing 1112, runway 3, taxi via Foxtrot.
3 via Foxtrot, Gullwing 1112. Alright, set our flaps. Turn our taxi lights on. Nav to high intensity. And reach the parking brake. Let's start moving. We'll do our flight control checks. Full aft, full left, left, full forward, full right, full forward, full right, full aft, center back to neutral. So there's no direct connection to the ailerons. This is these are all servo tab operated. So hopefully there's enough wind to exercise those controls, get any water out of them, but it didn't rain last night, so there shouldn't be anything collected in there. And oh, gotta move them just a hair, or else the throttle levers don't respond. Inputs. So now we're good.
South 548, right 25 right, taxi via Delta Romeo.
Do a config check. Oh, look at that sky. It's gorgeous. Look at that pink sky. Man, the cloud lighting is just so good in X-Plane 12 now. And this is, of course, a Mr. X short final design scenery, so that's why it looks so good. Got those firefighting DC-10s. Alright, before takeoff, check this. Brakes set to yellow. Flaps 18 set for takeoff. Trim in the band 1, 2, 3.
Right 25 right, clear for takeoff.
Speed set. Altimeters 1, 2, 3. Config is checked. Flight instruments. Set our heading once we get it signed. Nav aids 113.2. Pull the departure up here. To Albuquerque to check. And we are set a direct course for it. Alright, call a cabin. Make sure everyone's seated for takeoff.
Cabin crew, please take your seats for takeoff.
Yeah, we don't have cabin crew on this flight, but because this is a combi and we could switch, we might have cabin crew at some point, so we should get used to saying it.
Foxtrot Yankee 27, flag runway heading runway 1, clear for takeoff.
Alright, so destination, we're going to turn it Bravo, weather radar, and come on. Bus management system is set. And we'll call it ready for departure. Albuquerque Center, Gullwing 1112, ready for departure, runway 3 at Albuquerque.
Southwest 548, you're ready to contact altitude. South 548, climb, maintain flight 340. Going 1112, flight heading of 210, runway 3, clear for takeoff.
Flighting 210, clear for takeoff, runway 3, Gullwing 1112. Alright, landing lights coming on. The light. And transponders on. Team is set, ready to go.
Southwest 4626, Lima airspace to North Denver Center is closed. Radar service terminated for exchange approved.
Affirmative advisory, have a good evening. Southwest 4626.
There's a lamp there. Yeah, let's go. Raising the throttles to the bug, and then all those blue lights go out. It's gonna set. Letting our co-pilot say anything. SP's alive. For 80 knots. And V1 rotate.
Echo Foxtrot Yankee 27, ready to contact altitude.
Let's rate 2 coming up. And we're looking at V2 plus 10.
Roger.
Get those down, get that speed up. Alright, so 400 feet, so we're going to start our right turn at 210.
Extra Foxtrot Yankee 27, you were not instructed to turn. Your MVA in your area is 3,000 feet. Advise you climb immediately or meet fuel train obstruction clearance.
Alright, 800, we're going to go to climb thrust. Now get a little more power. Now we're going to hold that V2. There we go. A little lackadaisical this morning.
Yeah, no, don't turn unless you've been instructed pretty close to the low terrain warning there. For now, it's clear to Zephyr.
Alright, remember we're holding this 3,000 feet.
Gullwing 1112, ready to contact altitude.
7,200 Gullwing 1112.
Gullwing 1112, clear direct the Oscar November Mike VOR.
Alright, clear direct Oscar Mike November VOR Gullwing 1112.
Echo Foxtrot Yankee 27, climb, maintain follow level
Alright, so that's 116.8. So we're gonna roll level, we're gonna keep our climb coming in, we're nice and trimmed out.
Good evening, Albuquerque Center, Southwest 2554, request permission at El Paso.
So we're gonna
Southwest 2554, Albuquerque Center, Archer, push on a golf set at your discretion.
turn so we, there it is.
Southwest 54, thank you.
Alright, we're at 9,300. Time to start accelerating, so we're gonna pitch the nose down. We're gonna get to VFTO.
That's approved.
And we'll level off to 10,000. Accelerate, so flat clean speed. And so the autopilot on. We're gonna hold 10,000 there. A little aggressive. And we'll extract that VOR. And you really gotta babysit this because it's very aggressive. Alright, so we're gonna go N1 sync for now. We're humming along here, we don't want to overspeed, we're coming up on 300 knots. Restricted 10,000. So we're after takeoff checks. So gears up, flaps are 0. TMS is set for N1 sync right now. Turn engineer on. APU air come off. Both packs are on. And AC pump and PTU come off. And we're tracking the Socorro VOR. Let's also get our landing lights off.
Southwest 548, we're back.
Albuquerque Center, Gullwing 1112. You still want us at 10,000? Can we climb?
Yeah, no, that's on me. Gullwing 1112, climb into level 3, 300.
Maintain level 300, Gullwing 1112. Okay. So, hold IAS, but we're going to go back in target mode. And we're going to hold about that 280 knots. All the way up, let's get those throttles, there we go. And here comes the climb. Alright, 21 miles to go. So after ONM, Sapporo, then we are going to be direct to San Simon. And actually, reading it so loud, cargo, don't need to close the door, but it does make things a lot quieter. So coming here, see where we're coming to the Socorro VOR, but it's showing us a lower. We actually want to be on the high altitude because we're on the Juliet Airway. So I think the turn will be 211 on Juliet 104. So we'll get this tuned here. It says 211. So we'll see when that crosses. And start turning the instrument lights off. See how it's getting brighter outside. Actually, no, kind of a little bit of backlight was kind of nice. Beautiful scenery out here.
Sorry, 22 Whiskey Bravo, right 25 left the Hotel 7, taxi to Hotel 7, Phoenix altimeter 29080.
Alright, we're above 18. Standard. I got 4 miles to go. So we're going to swap over to 211. And shit, we're already seeing the problem. So we're in the cone of confusion. So turn our heading 211. There we go. Cross over the VOR. So now we're going to start tracking it outbound. Still confused. Now CDI is coming in, so now it's going to roll back the other way.
Southwest 548, leaving airspace to the west, LA Center is closed, radar service terminated for exchange approved.
Over to Unicom, Southwest 548, thank you.
Alright, so here's our cheat sheet. We got 9,700 pounds of fuel.
Whiskey Bravo 25 left the Hotel 7, clear for takeoff.
And our OFP says we should have 8.9, so we're almost what's it, 800 pounds ahead of schedule, so that's good. All right, 86 miles till T-Mac. And another 8 to Grebe. We put San Simon in there. That'll be our next VOR. So we got 115.4.
Albuquerque Center, Southwest 2584, information uniform, requesting taxi.
And we're going to be on 250 radio coming off that.
Southwest 2554, you set up for 26 left or 22?
We're currently set up for 22 for Southwest 2554.
Southwest 2554, right 22 taxi to Juliet.
22 via Juliet, 2554.
OT's minus 20 here.
Alright, 282 Whiskey Bravo, ready to contact, say altitude.
And we're coming on the verge of that clacker. So we're going to go back into
Over 282 Whiskey Bravo, climb
sync
level 300.
and 1. And we're going to keep the power up. We don't want it that low yet. No, we don't want to be descending. Oh, my airborne. So let's hold Mach now, and autopilot come back on. Let's get that power up. Back TGT. Hold on. Not doing a very good job of holding the Mach. Thousand to go. Alright, now we're going to pull the power back out of our level. It should be around 90%. Again, we'll come to our limited table. Weight, 36,000 pounds. 36,000 kilograms, sorry. I say it's +7. About 91.4. Sync N1. Yeah, start drifting off course there. Let's get back on course. Yeah, so when the autopilot starts messing up, all the modes drop out.
Material attempts to Albuquerque still in about 1-5 minutes.
That should be fine.
So we're in sync mode N1, so we basically just got to drive the N1 engine. That's our master, and we're syncing on N1. We can sync on N1 or N2. So we're trying to keep that. It's about 91.4 is what we want, so we're just kind of playing around with that. And TMS will then adjust the rest of the engines to get to that 91.4. Okay, so we're right at cloud height. Why are we turning? Yeah, this is a bug that's got to get fixed. This is effectively unflyable if the heading bugs don't even match and the DG's that far off. Okay, hopefully I don't get distracted, but
Albuquerque Center, Southwest 2554, hold short, TG ready to go.
Southwest 2554, wind 020, 5 right 22, Pacific takeoff.
22 clear departure, Southwest 2554.
Is that Delta 2358 or United 2358?
United 2358.
2358. Albuquerque Center, identifier.
$112 to go. Man, look at this. The motion and everything is just awesome. Like those clouds look fantastic.
Yeah, I got you on 2258, you're ready to contact.
$100 miles to go.
Albuquerque Center, Southwest 1054, 8000, climb for 170, Chris Pursuit.
Southwest 2554, radar contact climb, maintain level 400.
400, Southwest 1054.
Confirm to Yankee 27, leaving my airspace to the north. LA Center is closed. Radar service terminated. Frequency change approved.
Thank you, 27.
So I don't have any wing views here.
Information November.
Because it's a freighter.
Albuquerque
and,
International Sun Airport.
But the combi, something I think's messed up with the texture. The key in the door when the door is open. Okay, allow them to turn that down.
Stop 1520 Albuquerque Center, push on a Delta's route.
Push on the Delta route. Delta 1520.
Captain, 1222 for pop-up, 77 miles east of the Newman VOR.
American 1222 Albuquerque Center, IDA. American 1222, ready to contact. Delta 1520, right 25, right taxi at Delta Romeo.
25 right, be Delta Romeo, Delta 1525.
58 miles to go. So
Sky Harbor 8 is Bravo, altimeter 2981.
yeah, I think it's a bug. So we should be able to switch both to get both either normal split or both from the starboard flux gate, and we're not getting that.
Roger.
Heading Susie doesn't work. Return to TG still doesn't work. So it's slaved to the compass, and we're not showing any compass error. Alright, so we're about to start a turn soon, so we're going to start a descent as well. Next leg's 85 miles, well, 50 miles to sand, and then another 30 to Tucson. So we're almost at Woolbug at 27 to San Simon. Start thinking about our descent. We're doing 360 knots over the ground. So bust out the old calculator.
Center Delta 1520, ready to go, 25 right.
Say down to 3,000 feet, so we gotta drop 27,000 feet. And we're gonna go max 2,000 feet per minute. That gives us 13.5 minutes. And we're going 360 nautical miles an hour. 60 equals 6. So 93.6 miles. We're gonna start our descent. So right about around San Simon. Let's pull up charts for Tucson. So EAS is 123.8. Make sure we're monitoring that. See if they have digital ATA sub. They do not. What does Navigraph say? So looking at Maryland in 12. So we're going to the air freight ramp, so that would be perfect for us. Hopefully we can exit off at Alpha 13 and be right there. So they have VOR DME for 12 and they have an ILS.
Center American 2860, follow 330 direct. Bravo Lima Hotel.
So this is set us up perfectly for either coming or Sam.
Contact overhead Blythe. Descend via the Hyder 1 arrival. Phoenix landing west, the altimeter 29er 81, and information Bravo.
So we'll take the ILS. Like I said, take the easy approach.
Weather and yeah, 2860.
Out of 1520, you're in the contacts, altitude.
3.2, Delta 1520.
So we have hold.
Out of 1525, maintain flight level 320.
Flight level 320, Delta 1520.
Final approach 126. Our final approach fix will be POKIB at 4600. And our decision altitude is 2799 at 200 feet. Airport elevation 26,2043. So we're going to plug that in up here. Altitude, landing altitude would be 0. We'd plug in the barrel if we could, but we can't adjust it. Missed approach, we climb to 4,000, climbing right turn to 6,000.
Gullwing 1112, pilot discretion, ascend to maintain, flight level 180.
Send to maintain flight level 180, Gullwing 1112. So let's finish briefing the approach, and I'll start descending, man. Like I have to. Alright, so we're going to be coming in from Sands over here. 30 miles, we're going to hit the VOR. We're going to be at 7,000 at Lipty, so they don't vector us, they'll probably vector us, but if we don't get vectored, then we'll fly outbound course. We'll hold at Lipty. It's going to be do a parallel entry, so we'll come in, do a teardrop back. Fly ought to be at 7,000, so then from there we'll just exit the hold and fly the approach, and then we got a bunch of step downs until we get our final approach fix. So from there, 17 miles, so the final approach is 8.3 miles. Missed approach point will be Hugic at 2.5 DME. 3-degree glide slope. Minimums, category B, with the ILS at 200 feet.
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright, let's start a nice shallow descent here. We're rolling 18,000. I should make our turn, then we're going to start. We're going to make the turn soon. So good. .154, and it's going to be a 250 course.
We're here at 1950, we're doing hydro level 330.
American 1951, Albuquerque Center, IDA.
Oh, I got it.
American 1951 meter contact. Descend via Hyder 1 arriving west, altimeter 2981, information Delta.
Delta, and we're going to Hyder 12 west for American 1951.
Delta 69, request level 240 for the Lucky 1 arrival to San Diego.
You're sure, send flight level 240.
Descend 240,
Alright, there we go. In the cone of confusion. So let's start heading mode. Start that turn. So I'm using the first officer's HSI right now. Overshoot a little bit. Alright, let's start our descent now. Hit vertical speed. And roll a couple notches. Let's pull that power back. Alright, CDI's coming in now. Your localizer, and now we're gonna start tracking. And Albuquerque Center Gullwing 1112 is leaving flight level 300 for 180. Or yeah, 180.
Roger, Dodger.
Turn this off. Throttles. Gorgeous. Alright, so we're looking for Tucson VOR is 1160.
American 2860, say airspeed.
2860 descending 269.
Roger. American 1950 reduced 250 knots to left spacing.
50 lost, American 1951.
Let's go descent
American
checklist.
2860, maintain greatest forward speed until advised.
Reduce forward speed.
Alright, landing data.
So the 1690 Lima 6
For,
left alley closed, right after
bugged.
ready for exchange group.
About to be BRF 115. With his 2005 knots.
And Gullwing 1112, keep an approach request.
Yeah, we get the ILS 12 at Tucson.
Expect it.
Roger. 5 on the altimeter. So winds 220 at 5 knots, 10 seconds. View at 5,500. So steep approach not required. Precision height 200. I wish there was an altitude bug so you can actually bug a barrel altimeter, but they're I don't know if it's just missing or it just didn't come with one. But you can only put radar altitude precision height in here. So if you're from 115, this plane creates a ton of drag and those flaps out.
Turn left heading 020 vectors for traffic.
Hi, that's 020, American 951.
American 951, you can set a maintain flight level 200.
So especially with a 3-degree glide slope, it's you gotta keep the power, and I tend to come in honestly a little bit high.
American 2866, expect vectors visual approach runway 26.
Expect vectors for the visual 26.
Alright, that was the go.
November 282, would you probably minor space west, LH close, master 78 for exchange approved.
Did you give me a direct number 222, Bravo?
No, because now you're outside my area of control. You know what? LA Center's coming right on right now, so you can probably make your request with them. American 1951, Commander Gila, resume the Header 1 arrival.
Alright. So at San, we're going to swap over.
American 1951, Commander Gila, resume the Header 1.
Gila, Hydra 1, American 1951.
tile cuts off. Have to get some Mexico ortho because definitely doing some flights in there, some hot and high stuff. Nothing like coming out of Mexico City fully loaded, middle of summertime. I used to do that in the flight JSIM 727. It was a lot of fun. Barely climbed, struggling to get off the ground. All right, so we're tracking the Albuquerque VOR now, inbound. Or sorry, Albuquerque Tucson VOR 116.0. We'll go identify it. Go. And then we'll get our chart up here. And plug in ILS, so 1117.
Visual approach, runway 26.
Engine 26, Logan 1951. Center American 1222.
You got it?
We should wait for about 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think we'll share it back.
Gullwing's 1112, center maintain 10,000.
Descend and maintain 10,000, going 1112. So, yes. Do a couple things. Yeah, power.
Out of 1520, contact LA Center 126.52. Delta 1520, contact LA Center 126.52.
LA Center, Delta 1520, good day.
Yeah, let's try to get a good 2,000 feet per minute on set here. Look. 2995. Alright, we're going to figure early, so we're going to put AC pump and PT on.
Center American 2860, speed 340.
American 2060, resume normal speed.
Normal speed 2060.
American 1951, resume normal speed.
Continue submissions on. Below 15,000, we'll switch over to APU air. APU air, and engineers coming off. Seatbelt sign for those non-existent passengers is on. Fuel panel set. Good. Strobe on. Turn strobe on. Go from on. Also turn on the landing lights and on clearance to land, which are the wrong exit lights. 5 miles from BOR. We haven't been cleared for the approach yet. In Albuquerque Center, going 1112, we cleared for the ILS 12 approach.
Negative, expect vectors. Fly present heading, I'll look you back around.
Alright, present heading, and we'll expect vectors for ILS 12, going 1112. Alright, so
Welcome back.
here we get our final approach course 126.
Gullwing 1112, turn right heading 300, time maintain 6000.
Rate 300 to 10, maintain 6000, going 1112.
American 2860, time maintain 4000.
4,028.
Sends us be 270. So, missed approach. Coming for the climb right turn 6000, I think 300, reciprocal. And outbound on Tucson VOR 270 commands, 12.8 DME. Okay. Alright, approach checklist, altimeters 2995123 set and on barrel. AC pump and BTU are on. Fuel panels.
Gullwing 1112, turn right heading 050.
Right 050, going 1112. Down we go. Yeah, we're gonna do 250. We can slow down on that, so.
American 2860, turn left heading 350, vector final.
1350, 2860.
Yeah, arm localizer.
Gullwing 1112, you're about 9 over turn right heading 090. Join the localizer, maintain 6000 till stop split, ILS 12.
Right 090, maintain 6000 till establish ILS 12, going 1112.
And field is time for American 2860.
That's on the line, 1 second.
Field is time for 2860.
2860, clear visual approach, right 26.
Clear for visual 26, 2860.
capture.
Southwest 2554, Memphis, North Denver's closed,
Let's see, moving in, and localizer capture. Alright, so it's going in. Aggressive maneuvering, there we go, see that. Alright. Headings bug, missed approach altitude set 6,000.
Boeing's 1112, Tucson 12205, and I want you to the land.
Clear to land runway 12, going 1112. Let's break out. 8.9 miles. And so we're going to find fix. And we're going to find it. Flight tendencies remaining.
American 18602, clear land.
Sync rate, sync rate, sync rate, sync rate, sync rate, sync rate.
400. Minimums 200.
1981 reduce 170 knots.
50. 40.
170, make it 1981.
20.
Make it 1232.
10.
That's a bit of a long landing.
American 1941.
American 1951, turn left heading 290, turn line 26, localizer for field site.
90, field site, American 1951.
American 1951, clear visual approach, range 26.
We're trying to off at altitude. Not a great landing. Yeah, high sync rate, glide slope deviation.
Gullwing's 1112, Alpha to the ramp.
Alpha to the ramp, going 1112, see ya. You're right. fans are on. The ignition can go off. Fuel is set. AP power is available. Gen 1, Gen 2. Engines 1 and 4 go off. Strobes come off. Pack 2, alternating circuit on. Lights to taxi. Radar train displays off. Generators brakes. Towards 4. Alright, coming here to the air freight ramp.
Second 4894, Albuquerque Center radar contact. 26, Christian American 2860, let's go Charlie to the ramp.
Charlie to the ramp, Albuquerque 2860.
Second 1951, runway 26, go land.
So again, taxi on engines 2 and 3 to keep the hydraulics running.
Second 1222, descend via ping 1 arrival, Phoenix landing west, altimeter
And then
2981.
we allow the APU to provide electrical power.
Ready to ping 1 arrival, 2981 American.
Turn the lights off, coming into the ramp. That's how we do on fuel. So there's 62 pounds in here. What were we expecting? 5.6. Alright. 600-pound savings. Plus we came in with a little bit extra, so not too bad.
Skywest 4894, Pinner 2D.
Right. There you go. Brakes on. Brake pressure. Yeah, hydraulics coming off. PTU is off. Seat pump is off. Engine pumps are off. And then engines 2 and 3. Shut down.
Cabin crew, doors to manual and cross-check.
Seatbelt signs coming off. Fuel pumps. Leave the left inner on. Anti-ice is already off. Heat detectors coming off. And transponder go off. Alright, we're gonna leave the airplane run for a quick turn. Taking that to low intensity. No smoke windows are all good. Cabin emergency lights off. Alright, let's get the
American 1951,
Broken
Wolf Sky
shocks
Harbor,
in.
left enabled, Charlie to the ramp.
brakes off. There's coming out. And the AC pump on, get the side cargo door open. Alright. Great flight. Landing could have been a little bit better, but everything else went pretty smooth. Still gotta work on managing that speed on approach. This plane is just so much drag. Get that 33 degrees of flaps, it just wants to fall like a brick. Let's take a look at the replay, see how good we did. happens, but instead of calling that reach, you get like 70% in one. A little bit of noise there. The spoilers. Could have slammed on the brakes and made that taxiway, but we just kept rolling down. Landing view. Yeah, I'm redundant. Ugh. I gotta get the sequence of spoilers right. I forget which one deploys first, but the yellow or green spoilers deploy first. I assume more this way. Yeah, big Air Force presence in Tucson. Now the airplane's got back to radio state, but he shocks the spirit. Alright, well, that was a great flight. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed it, and see you again soon. Bye.